we're live. And I just want to check something here really quick before we hop in. And as people kind of come on, I want to make sure that you can see this screen. Tell me if you can see this screen. Welcome to the Generous Business Boost. All right, give me a little wave. You can see this. I'm gonna hop on and make sure that my screen is showing the way it's supposed to be. And it was actually on time. I was also just kind of like waiting around. I don't know what you guys do before you go live, but I think one person once told me that they like do jumping jacks or something like that. Okay, so I'm hoping that my screen is sharing with you. I'm hoping. Oh no, there we go. Now it should be sharing with you. Okay, so you should be able to see the slides here. And there's a little bit of delay, obviously, from like what's really happening, and boom. All right, it's there. Now I'm gonna wave. And I got 6 people on. Okay, hi. All right, so I want to welcome you to the Generous Business Boost Masterclass. I'm so incredibly excited to have you join me today. I understand life happens. If you have to hop off, I get it, but you definitely should be prepared with a pen and a notebook. And if you had an opportunity to download, if you didn't, that's okay. I'll get it to you afterwards. But if you had an opportunity to download the strategy roadmap, and also this is the blank campaign calendar. I call it the annual gifting calendar, but it's also used for campaign deployments. If you had a chance to print this off also, that would be great. Again, if not, you can download those afterwards, and I will send out a follow-up video to actually walk you through filling those out. So we're gonna dive right in. So again, welcome to the Generous Business Boost Masterclass. I am Jamie Young. I am the founder of Jamie Young Swag and Strategy, the creator of the Generous Business Boost online program. My passion is to help businesses show up more generously and grow their business by being generous. And this is 3 ways to generate more loyalty, leads, and clients through generosity. It's actually 5 steps. I call it 3 because there's like 3 like big pieces of the pie, but there really is 5 steps. So we'll get into that here in a little bit. So why? Why should businesses even think of or consider adding swag? Or maybe you want to use the term promotional products or chat skis. There's only a few people I know out there that use the word chat ski. So if you're it, give me a little, hello. It's really hard because I'm doing the shared screen. I can't even see comments. Okay. Hi, Suzanne, Joey, Kaylin, Norma, Tara. Oh my goodness. Anders, you guys are great. I appreciate you so much for hopping on. Okay. Yeah. So when I'm on the screens, I can't see chat. So I'll just kind of hop back and forth. So if you do have questions along the way, I will try to answer them. So let's talk about why. The reason why is the marketplace is craving connection. Low touches is the norm. I don't know about you, but everything is so automated. The notifications in my social media, my inbox is outrageous. My mailbox is overflowing with things that say like household or new resident. Like, how impersonal is that? Seriously. Gifts are thoughtful. And ultimately, I want you as a business owner to remain top of mind and be memorable. And ultimately, with a great strategy, the return on your investment is incredible. Okay, Internet's a little bit slow today. So here are some problems that businesses are feeling in general. And then we'll also get into a few problems that businesses feel about swag and promotional products. I want to, if any of you get a chance while you're watching this live, can you host a watch party? That would be super cool. Because that will actually like spread this out to a bunch of other people. So if any of you want to just click like watch party, that would be super generous of you, my little generous gens. Okay, I know, Joey, I totally miss networking. Are you kidding me? Like, networking's coming to like Zoom meetings. I had the best BNI meeting today. And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. Okay, so problems businesses are feeling is ultimately they feel invisible. They feel like there's just not enough hot leads out there, that they're blending in, and that marketing's overwhelming. I will tell you, marketing is very overwhelming. Like, what do you do? Like this and that and do's and does and clicks and funnels. I will tell you, I got stuck in like trying to put together a click funnel for 3 days. Oh my goodness. It was like the most useless. It was just, I was wasting time. But in terms of promotional products is a lot of businesses, one, don't think they can afford promotional products. I will tell you, they're extremely affordable. And if you break down the numbers, it's much more effective. And honestly, they just don't know what to do with them, right? You get all this product, but what do you do with it once you get it? Here's a question. I'm going to turn to the chat here. Are any of you using branded promotional products or merchandise in your business? Can I get a thumbs up? Can I get a yes? Can I get some type of an emoji that says I have used some type of branded merchandise in my business? I see who's on here. I know, Emily, I know that you've done it. You got some pretty cool product from me. Joey, Suzanne. Oh my goodness, Suzanne. I'm gonna put you on a pedestal, Missy, because I was on her podcast. Was it this Tuesday or last Tuesday? I got a gift in the mail from her. Oh my goodness. So I'm like so giddy. Like I was telling Suzanne, the only thing that I have to look forward to these days is like going to check my mail, right? Because it's the most consistent thing in my life right now. But yeah, so I get in the mail this super cute bag. In this bag was a handwritten note, right? Oh, a card, a super cute pen, Find Your Sparkle Factor, right? Because she is known for the sparkle factor and to be sparkly. She's just so incredible. She's out of Texas too. And this like humongous paperclip. Oh my goodness. I will never forget Suzanne, and she has gone out of her way to make sure that I don't forget her. Okay. So thank you. Now, because using gifts is a fantastic way to grow your business, I want to share a statistic with you. And this is produced by the Promotional Products Advertising Institute. The study that they posted was across every generation, millennials, baby boomers, every generation, they rated the #1 most effective form of advertising above all others, branded promotional products. That's on top of TV, radio, print, and online. This is coming directly from the consumer. Isn't that incredible? Okay, so back to the question is, are you using swag to grow your business right now? I want to talk about a few other facts, right? Because I'm a facts person. I'm really driven by numbers, and I want to know like the nitty gritty. And you may not be like that, but I'm like that. So again, PPAI consumer study. This is feedback from the consumer's reaction to promotional products. 79% of people that received a promo item branded from a company went and researched that company. right? They may not have known who that company was, but they got the product. They're like, well, who's Suzanne Castle, or what's the Sparkle Factory, or what's Be Sparkly? Like, I'm gonna go turn to the internet and see who this is, right? 81% of people that got something kept it for over a year. This next one's important because this really comes down to how should you be spending your money. If you have a pen budget or a chapstick budget, trust me, there are some amazing products that you can get outside of a pen or outside of a chapstick, but you still want something cool. You need to talk to me. 72% of people believe that the quality of the promotional product that you give them equals the reputation of your company. This next one, can I get a wow? Can I get a wow in the chat box? Like, is anybody excited about those statistics? I mean, are you surprised by those statistics? Do you feel like, yep, nope, I knew swag was cool altogether? Or is it like, wow, I had no idea? Please give me some type of indication in the chat that, you know, how you feel about that. I will check back here in a second because I know we've got a little bit of a delay. Okay, so this one that I want you to write down is 83% of people. I actually found a study, the number actually increased because they redid the study. So 85% of people that received a promotional product from a company were more likely to do business with that company because of that branded merchandise. Yep, wowza. Wowza, Anders says, makes sense. Okay, moving on. I know a few of you were at an event that I did with LinkedIn Local. So Anders, you don't have to do this, but you can. I want you guys to all close your eyes right now. And I want you to visualize your ideal client. Where are they in their life? Like what room? Or are they in the car? Where are they? Where are they? What's in arm's reach? Imagine what's within arm's reach where your ideal client is going to be in their life. I want you to open your eyes and write that item down. I would like a few of you to toss that in the chat. My ideal client is a business owner. My ideal client's sitting at a desk. When I close my eyes, what's in arm's reach for me is a coffee mug, is a water bottle, is a coaster, mouse pad, sticky notes, tape flags, a notebook, right? These are things. Some people have inspirational signs on their desk. There's so many great useful tools. I mentioned this earlier today, and I think I actually have one of them. There's this little teeny tool. I should have pulled it out ahead of time. Okay, nobody wants to see my messy desk. So there's this little teeny tool, not even a tool, it's like this little device, and it's called the private ears. And what it does is you plug it into a laptop. And what it does is it disables the microphone on your laptops and it prevents hackers from hacking in, right? Things are like $2, seriously. They're not expensive, but they're tech, right? Tech items are hot right now. So giving out promotional products that are branded with your brand, if you are teaching your clients masterclasses, if you are a web designer, if you and your clients are on laptops, you should consider the private ears, and we'll talk about it. Yes, the camera stickies. That's a really fun one too. I had a client that bought the little one that sticks on your phone. So the back side of it is a screen cleaner, and then you can flip it and put it over the camera. So those are really fun, Suzanne. All right, moving on. I know I get off in little tangents. My story. Some of you know my story, and I'm going to try to like keep it a little shorter than usual. But I started off in the industry in hospitality. I was a hostess, I was a waitress, and ultimately I wanted to run restaurants. I ended up getting into the hotel industry and I wanted to run hotels. And that was my dream. I thought that I was going to run restaurants and hotels the rest of my life. I climbed that corporate ladder. I got to the top and I hated it. I so hated it. It was just so many hours. I didn't hate the work. The work was fun. The work, when you're dealing with guests, it's just an honor to make sure they have a fantastic experience. What was terrible was the behind the scenes. It was the hours. It was the time that I didn't get to spend with my family. At that point, I wasn't able to start a family because I was working so much. So I made a big move in 2008, and I took a job in internet marketing, like phone sales. It was like a one-call close environment. It was the complete opposite of hospitality, right? One-call close environment. I was not allowed to send like follow-up emails. There's no follow-up in cold calling. There's no follow-up. And so that was like I was really good at it, but I think it was because I had the hospitality side, and I think people like that. So fast forward in 2013, I accepted a position with the Portland Women's Expo, and my job there was to onboard vendors and sponsors into the event. And the event happened every single year. So every year we kind of hit that switch. We started over. And my very first year there, the event happened. And right after the event, I had to call every single vendor and ask how the event went. Would they like to renew? And I was met with some very interesting conversations. That experience has to do with what's going on today, right? What I do today is all because of that year. And so in these phone calls, so the Women's Expo is a consumer trade show, right? So the businesses that participate are B2C, and I will tell you two categories. Category number one, they retail, right? They can sell clothing and necklace and food and wine. And then there's category number two, which are the service vendors, the most boring people at a trade show. We're talking financial representative, insurance, real estate, mortgage, right? When you're at Disneyland for women, like it's not super exciting to go visit like a real estate agent there. So in these follow-up calls, I was making calls out and I'd come across a service vendor and I'd say, how'd the show go? Are you interested in renewing? And I was met with their answer of, I just didn't get the ROI I was looking for. I'm sorry. I'm the new girl. Like, what do you say to that? I'm sorry. And so I continued on with my calls, and I would get to another service vendor and I'd say, be a little bit smaller. How'd the show go? Would you like to renew? I'd like to renew on the spot 12 months early, and I want the same spot. I'm like, what? That's awesome. I'm curious now. Like, how is it this last vendor like had a terrible show, but this person's rocking and rolling? Ask what they did, right? Well, how did you reach your goals? What were your goals? And so one vendor in particular, he brought out a spin wheel, right? Because he knew that, he wasn't selling product. He wanted people to stop at his booth. But in order to spin his wheel, they had to fill out a lead form, right? Because he wanted to, it was like a pay to play scenario, right? You're not going to spin my wheel and win my prizes unless I know because that was his goal. That was how he was lead genning, right? So they'd fill out the lead form, they'd spin the wheel, they'd win the prize. And the prize was something branded, right? Because he wanted to go home and he didn't want to get forgotten about. That's cool. Renewed on the spot. I started using his story. I'd share his story with vendors that said that they didn't have a great experience. They didn't see an ROI. And I would just be really sympathetic and I'd say, I'm really sorry. And then I would ask them what their goals were. 100% of them said that they were there for brand awareness. And then I asked them how they were measuring that. And they had no answer. And so I very politely shared with them the story of some clients that were seeing a great deal of success because they had a lead gen goal, they had goals, and they were incentivizing the action. And they were also making sure that when they went home, they weren't forgotten about. That was with branded prizes. And swag is expensive. So if you just let people grab it off your table and it's gone by the shrimpers, I call them the shrimpers, people that just come stuff their bags, you're throwing money away also. So you need to make sure people are earning that. I will tell you that I took the Portland Women's Expo renewal rate from 12% to 70% this last year. This did not happen overnight, but this went from me having these conversations moving forward before they came to the event. So then I started strategizing with them, right? You're a service vendor. What are you here for? Brand awareness. Well, I want you to come for more than that. Do you want to like collect emails or build your social media audience? You know, we would get into deeper conversations, and then I was recommending swag. Well, fast forward in 2018, I decided to become a broker of promotional products. And I did, because for that previous 6 years, I was just sending them to the internet, right? Like, here's a great product. Well, now go buy it. There is a story behind that. My mother-in-law owned a promotional products company for 25 years, and she was always kind of elbowing me to get in the business, and I just was never ready. And finally, I made that leap, and I'm really glad that I did. So to 2018, I had this promotional products company. I really thought that I was just going to be like the go-to for swag and promotional products. But I constantly found myself trying to like strategize with my clients. It was just natural, you know, they'd reach out to me. They had this event or there was this like product launch. There was like a reason for the swag. And I just wanted to make sure that they had a game plan for it, that they weren't just going to get it and just like let it collect dust or just give it away without like a strategy for return on their investment. And almost 2 years, no, little over a year and a half later, I was toying around with the idea of rebranding. And I don't know if Annie is on here. Annie, are you on here? Annie Hieronymus. So I don't think Annie's on here. If she is, just give me a thumbs up. So I was having a conversation with Annie Hieronymus. And the conversation, I was kind of telling her that I was looking at rebranding. And she shared a story with me. And she owns a branding agency. And she said, Jamie, I was looking at bringing you in on a client meeting. We were just talking about who needs to be in this room for this big project. And Jamie, I brought you up. And I said, well, Jamie Young should be here. She does swag. And the client was like, She says, no, she does strategy to like make sure the swag is useful. And he's like, oh my goodness, she's got to be in this room. She shared that story with me when I needed to hear it, because that is when I made that big transition into Jamie Young swag and strategy. And I was super excited about that rebrand. And that also gave me the opportunity to open that lane of strategy that I've always just kind of done on the side, but it's always just kind of been up in my head. Like I haven't pulled the content out. I haven't built a program around it. I will tell you that I've been building the Generous Business Boost since November. I literally put the final details on it just in the last 30 to 60 days. Of course, I tweaked it a little bit. But I'm super glad to actually like release it into the wild, and you guys are you're going to be able to see that release. Okay, let's move on. Again, enough about me. So let's talk about I like to call it the gift marketing method, but the Generous Business Boost sounds like way better. So you may see like me use both terms because it is gift marketing, but it is the Generous Business Boost. It's about being generous. So as you can see here, we've got the clear promotional marketing plan, social media and snail mail campaigns that work, renewal and retention opportunities, referral boosting strategies. And what you don't see here at the end is the revenue roadmap creation. Now, I know this is called the 3 ways to generate leads and clients. There really is 5 steps to it. So I guess I just wanted to confuse you. All right, I'm just gonna hop in chats. Camera, okay, yes. So just want to make sure there wasn't any questions in there. All right, moving on. All right, so unit number 1, promo marketing goals, promo strategy. Here, we definitely want to talk about your sales goals. What are your sales goals for the year? What did you do last year? What do you want to do this year? And this is a great time to actually be taking notes, because this is what I go through with my VIP strategy clients, as we go through these steps. So sales goals last year, sales goals this year, your lead generation goals, right? Like, how many leads do you need to convert to new clients? If you don't know that number, figure that number out, because now you need to know what's where you're going to go generate leads, and a measurement tool. Like, how are you going to measure your success? Like, what do you need? Do you need more emails? Do you need a larger social media audience? Do you need more prospects? Like, you need to figure out what you want to measure and what you want to incentivize. Are your clients B2B or B2C? Where do your clients gather, right? And we'll talk about that later on in this masterclass about, and just so you know, this should only be about 45 minutes. And I took a little bit of time, and maybe an hour. About 45 minutes. So yeah, so where do they gather? So like at networking events, that's a great place to find referral partners. Also a great place to find clients. Branding colors, things like that. You guys probably already know some of that. We'll talk about your budgets and what actions you want to reward. This is where we really kind of make the plan. The problem is most of the time, especially when it comes to marketing and looking at doing marketing things, is most businesses do not have a budget. I want you to put a thumbs up in the chat if you have a set marketing budget. I bet you very few people are going to put a thumbs up in there, because most people kind of just wing it. Most people kind of just wing it. And you know, that's how it is. But that's also how and why people don't jump at good opportunities, because they're just not sure, right? So no budget, they're just winging it, and they're just not showing up in the right environment. They just have no overall plan. I want you to know that it's super important for you to make the decision how you want to be spending your time marketing this year. How do you want to spend your time? If you're getting all your business, I have a client that gets all of her business on Instagram. Her ultimate goal is to build her Instagram audience, right? She doesn't care less about going to get emails, because that is not how she wants to spend her time. So you got to decide how you want to spend your time. Maybe you want to do both. So reward both actions. Okay, moving on. Social media, snail mail, why, problems, what are my opportunities, how do I engage people? I'm going to give you a campaign. So we live in a super high-tech world of social media. Low-tech world of snail mail. I mean, it's not 1985. Because mailing letters is awesome these days. Remember, there was a time where people just quit. People just quit sending thank you letters. People just quit mailing anything. It just turned into email and just like antisocial tactics. I'm just gonna say it. So snail mail is not 1985 anymore. It's kind of like bell bottoms, like they came back in. I know they're not in right now, but I guess that's a really terrible analogy. Okay. But there are 2 great ways to connect and build a return on your business, because ultimately it's about you building generosity and earning business from it. The reason why these both are important, Facebook alone has 2.45 billion people on their platform. So it's silly to miss out on that. You definitely want to stand out and grow, be remembered. So blending the offline with the online is really intelligent. But here's the problem. Social media is overwhelming, right? Engagement, likes, and follows, and click through, and click, and click, and click. Like, it's super overwhelming. Again, who mails stuff anymore? What do I mail? What should I send? These are the problems businesses are feeling. And they honestly are worried it's just not going to work. So on both can provide a significant ROI as long as you have a strategy for it. So I'm going to give you some campaigns. I've got a ton of campaigns, but I'm going to give you one. Well, actually, I'm going to give you a list of a couple options here. So gift with purchase, you should be jotting these down. A newsletter sign up promotion, like reward them for signing up for your newsletter. Asking for reviews. This one's awesome. Tamara, if you're on with the Northwest Escape Experience, if you go through her escape room and you do a review on the spot, you get an awesome mug. That's reward right there, right? You'll get an awesome mug if you review them right on the spot. People do anything for free stuff, seriously. How about a gift with signing up for a class or a workshop? I've got one client who produces a very large live event, and she is looking at the option of taking the event. Well, she's going to host it virtually is what she's going to do. So she's reallocating the funds that were reserved for the venue, and she's putting that into a subscription box that she's going to brand outside and inside with great swag on the inside. So there's going to be a workbook in there. We're looking at a mug. We're looking at a couple other fun things. I don't want to give all the goodies away, but she's going to mail this out to each registered attendee ahead of time, because it's about creating a tribe. It's about them getting excited, sharing that with their friends, and being very likely to refer her and being very likely to also do business with her again in the future. Let me go check chat here. All right. Direct mail promotions, free gifts. Free gift. How many of you have been on social media and you see do this for a free gift? Can I get a thumbs up in the chat? I see it every day. Well, some of you probably know there's this lady named Kristen who she's a pretty big deal. And about 2 years ago, she hosted Reviews Are Everything. Yes, they are, Stephen. Reviews are everything. So she did the social media campaign about a free gift. It was just like something like this, really, like you guys got. And what she did is she laminated it, and she was willing to send it out as long as they were willing to pay the postage on it. These days I would say you cover the postage, and this was a couple years back. So she did that. A lady asked for the free gift. She paid the postage. She mailed it out. But what Kristen did was she put a handwritten little letter on it, just thanking her for requesting the free gift. And she just wanted to make it personal. That client has been with her for 2 years now and has invested over $12,000 with her. This was from a free gift that she mailed with a handwritten letter. And her overall cost at that point, because the client paid the shipping, again, I say you pay the shipping, whether it's like $1 or $2. And she netted 12 grand. Okay, so those were promotions. Here are some campaigns. What about a new client gift? Right? I got a new client gift. A lot of you probably know Virtual Kathy. I signed up with her, and within 2 weeks, I got this little package in the mail with a handwritten card, this super cute notepad, and a fantastic pen. This is a metal pen. It's one of those softy, rubbery ones. Hasn't been quite a year, but I felt amazing. I've referred her so much since then. So yeah, new client gifts, prospecting gifts. Who are your top 5 or your top 10 ideal clients? through a gift marketing campaign, send a gift to them. Don't be salesy, but send a gift to them. Quarterly gifting is a fantastic campaign. Focus on holidays. Some great upcoming holidays. May 21st is National Memo Day, right? Send a memo. Send it on a memo board, right? Those dry erase boards, I can get you some of those. On a notebook, on a like Post-its, whatever. Like, use upcoming holidays as an advantage to you. July 7th is World Chocolate Day. You can get like chocolates, like these little sugar cookies with a thick layer of chocolate on top with your branding on it. Send a box of truffles. I've got an amazing brownie company that is so delicious, but use National Chocolate Day as an opportunity to reach out to your top clients or your top prospects. July 30th, International Friendship Day. August 15th, National Relaxation Day. You can get sleep masks. I mean, there's so many fun things. I actually have a copy of the annual National Day of Count, like the National Days calendar or whatever. It's super awesome. So if you guys want a copy of that, in the chat, just type in like National List calendar or something. Like, send me the calendar. Send me the calendar. And I'll make sure to get you a copy of that. Okay, so we are going to move on to renewal and retention opportunities. This is the best business, seriously. To grow with less effort, work smarter, not harder. These people already know you. They know, like, and trust you. We all know there are 3 ways to grow your business, right? Sell more, raise your prices, repeat sales. Again, work smarter, not harder. But to create more new business. So renewals is low-hanging fruit. You just need to reignite that fire. You need to go knock on their door, and you just need to wave to them. But the challenge is businesses don't have a plan for renewals. They just don't have it like written into their marketing plan. You should. And if they they just kind of wing it, and they just get into the new people syndrome, like new business, new leads, new clients, new. Yeah, you definitely want new leads, and you definitely want new clients, but you are sitting on gold because you've got a client list. If you haven't printed it out, make that top priority on your notebook tonight is who are your clients? Who have you worked with in the last 6 months or the last year? You need to know who they are. I do have a quick campaign for you here, though. So you're going to make that list, and I want you to mail a card out to them. I don't know what your budget is right now. So if your budget right now is just mailing a card, just mail a card. Just simply saying, this is what I do. I just wanted to drop a message in your mailbox and let you know I was thinking of you and your friends and your family, and then I hope that you're happy and you're healthy right now. Keep it simple. That's not salesy. It's thoughtful, and it's generous. If you have the opportunity to slip something in there right now, gift marketing mail campaigns are huge. And I'll share a list with you later, but I have a ton of ideas. I'm sourcing a lot of magnet orders right now. So you can get magnet like photo frames, you can get magnets like notepads. There's just so many things that come on a magnet. It's great. I want to give you a bonus campaign. This one's super exciting. Virtual client party. I'm going to say that again. Virtual client party. How many of you, I bet you Suzanne Castle does this because she's very sparkly. How many of you have thought about throwing a client appreciation party or have? I want to know. Seriously, send me the calendar. How many of you have thrown a client appreciation party or want to? Because you're going to be super excited about this one. Give me like a yes or a thumbs up or something. Okay, so here is the campaign. Is invite them to your special virtual client party. Ahead of time, though, mail them a gift. Yes, Suzanne, it is a great idea. So I'm so excited about it. So mail them a gift and ask them to not open it until the party, right? So mail the gift out ahead of time. We can talk about what that's going to be. Now, during this virtual client appreciation party, huge opportunity for you to let them know what are some new promotions that you're running for your business. What are some new products, right? So this is also a way to highlight your business. This works great for businesses right now that whether you have brick and mortar or you don't have brick and mortar. This is super great though if you do have brick and mortar, because they're not able to get into your store. And even if everything was open right now, it's so hard to get people there, to get feet in there. So if when things reopen, host this at your store, right? Let them come in and look and feel products and see it and smell it, what's new and what's trending, but do it virtually. This is a fantastic way to reignite that fire, because again, we're talking about renewals, getting renewals through generosity. All right, we're moving on again. Referrals. I get super excited about referrals. And I think I said this about every unit. That's why my units are my units, because I get excited about them. My business was built on renewals. 90+% of my clients have been referred to me. That 1 year when I started my business in 2018, I only got to the 10-month mark when I had to go to my boss and I had to ask to cut back 2 days a week because my business was doing fantastic. I hit the 12-month mark and I had to go to my boss and I had to say, I don't want to quit, but I'm not able to do day-to-day duties anymore because my business had surpassed the amount of work and also the salary that I was making there. But I love the Women's Expo. Long story short, I hired a team and they kind of helped keep things going. But that was because of referrals. That was because of referrals. I was networking. I was meeting referral partners. I was having coffees. I was building relationships. I joined a BNI group. I don't know if you know what BNI is, but Business Networking International, I think is like the official term. It was like a $700 investment. That's a lot. That was a lot of money for me back then. I was a small business. But within, I want to say 6 weeks, I'd already seen the return on my investment. Year one, I think I saw like $20,000 in business just from that, like one membership. And I will forever be a member of BNI because it's the giver's gain. It's the give to receive, and people are, they're there to stand up for you. Okay. This is not like they did not pay me to talk about them. But so the referral boosting strategies, this is a way to grow your business with less effort. This is an extension of your team. These are people that are raising their hands for you when they're out networking. These are people that are raising their hands for you when they're in a meeting with their own client and their client's trying to launch a product or a service. And you're like, ooh, I know somebody who could get you great branded product for that to make your launch even better. So my referral partners, I just adore them. The reason why they're important, I think we kind of went over this a little bit, is they are an extension of your team. They're going to just help you grow. The problem is people don't know who the referral partners are. They don't know where to go find them. They don't know how to start those relationships. I will tell you, networking events are scary. But you do it a couple times and they're really not so bad. It's just, it's awkward. It is. But I want to give you a couple like one-liners to say out networking. And I actually used one of these today because I bumped into somebody on LinkedIn. I bumped into them virtually and we wanted to kind of learn more about each other's businesses. And so, he didn't, it was hard to keep the conversation going. I don't know if it was just early or maybe he just had a bad morning. And of course I was like upbeat, woohoo. And so what I asked him is I said, well, what do you like best about what you do? What got you started in your industry? And that got the conversation going a little bit because it was just kind of like fizzling down. So he was really excited to tell me, how he got started in his industry. This one's awesome. Where else do you network? This is where you're going to figure out other networking events that you should go visit. Of course, there's a ton of campaigns for the referral boosting strategies, but ultimately you want to keep track of your email introductions. So when somebody introduces you to a potential client, you want to track that. That way you can reward them. You should definitely be sending them a thank you note in the mail, and include some type of gift if you can, some kind of swag. Acknowledge their efforts and definitely reward them if a deal is closed. So if a deal is closed, definitely reward them. Every 6 to 12 months, though, you should be having coffee with them, or like a virtual coffee, because I know my business has changed from 6 months ago, changed significantly from a year ago. So everybody that I know in business has had some type of shift, and you need to understand that shift. That way you can still better refer them. Okay, Deb, sounds fun. Okay, I'm just checking chat here to see if there's anything that I needed to follow up on. All right, we're going to move into the revenue roadmap creation. So this is kind of like a step 5, but this is kind of like a wrap up of everything, because we've talked about your promo strategy. We've talked about social media and snail mail, renewal and retention. We've talked about referral boosting strategies. The roadmap is where we kind of wrap everything together. Activating the gift marketing plan with a strategic deployable strategy, right? Like we talked about a couple campaigns, but you need to be able to deploy that. Like one of my clients who I built a 12-month strategy for, every single month, we focused on something different. Every single month was a different campaign to deploy, right? She could do one in a month, or she could do multiple, but every single month had a purpose to it. So that's important to kind of map that out. Talking about these things is great. Doing something about them is going to make you more money, right? So generosity that equals clients. Some of the problems, though, businesses just don't know where to start. They don't know what's the best swag for their business. Again, that's my job to hand select that, to represent your business, what's on brand for you, and who's your ideal client. Because I had a naturopathic doctor come to me last year and said, I need some swag. I think I need some pens and some Post-it notes. I'm like, cool. Are you giving these to your referral partners? She said, no, my clients. What? Like, most consumers don't get super excited about pens and Post-its. And so I started asking her questions about her business, and how she prescribes her medication or through tinctures, and she puts them in like a little bag. And so we ended up coming up with a beautiful little bag about this size, a little cotton drawstring bag with her logo imprinted on it. It was perfect, but that took a conversation to learn about her goals and her ideal client. So yes, I get a little bit excited. I do want to play with some numbers here, guys. So this goes back to businesses feeling like they can't afford swag because ultimately they do not understand what it costs. They don't know what they should budget for. So I want to actually do a quick little scenario with you. First question, think about this one. What is a new client worth to you? I know my number. I know what a new client is worth to me, but you need to know what your number is. So first figure that out. You guys like my little mug? I did that one on purpose. Okay, my clients fall in 2 categories. Category number 1, most clients want gifts between this $1 and $3 range, right? There's nothing wrong with that. The other group of my clients fall in this $25 to $50 range. These are more gifts, right? So usually my insurance brokers, my real estate agents, they gift larger because their transactions are larger. So they usually may order 10 gifts at that rate of 25 to 50, where the person that's spending $1 to $3 per gift may be ordering 250 to 500 of them. So if you do the math on that, you're spending between $1 and $3, around 500 gifts. Your budget's between $500 and $1,200. So again, what's a new client worth to you? So if you're going to send your entire book of business an emailed campaign out, right? You're going to put a handwritten letter in there. Maybe you're going to stuff some type of magnet in there, maybe a magnet notepad or a picture frame, and you're spending a couple dollars and you get one new client out of it. Will that have paid for itself? You need to ask yourself that question. And also with the gifts, right? You're going to select your top 10 clients or your top 10 prospects. You're going to deploy these gifts. Maybe you're spending $25 or $50. Your budget for that campaign is between $250 and $500, right? Again, what's a new client worth to you? So in review, we've talked about 5 steps here, 5 units. Your clear annual marketing promo plan, social media and snail mail campaigns that work. I think I forgot to change my slide. That's okay. Renewal and retention campaigns. We've talked about your referral partners. We've talked about your revenue roadmap. And just remember, as people might forget what you've said, but they will never forget how you've made them feel. Okay. That's why 83% of people choose to do business with brands that give to them. So you're giving out promotional products to people. 83% of them are going to do business with you because you showed up, they've got something, you're making it really hard for them to forget about you. Like Suzanne Castle, not going to forget about her. Kathy, virtual Kathy, not going to forget about her because they made it really hard for me to forget about them. And maximize that. So the key is to have a plan, identify and create your lead generation, your lead gen opportunities, keep more current clients, attract and close more new clients, all while you generate goodwill and generosity. And you show up in a great, you show up at a time where they need you to. So again, imagine if every ideal client you ever met could remember you and could refer you when they saw the opportunity. So quit chasing clients, become a client magnet, and create more loyalty. Here's the gap. We're almost done here. Between what we covered today, hopefully you took some great notes and you've got some things that you can head back and implement. But there is a huge gap, and that's all the campaigns. That's the goods right there. Of course, I'm not giving them out because it took me a long time to create them. It took me years to create these campaigns. So if you do want to join the Generous Business Boost, you're going to get those campaigns. We're going to look at those opportunities that are going to drive results for your business. You're going to create that custom roadmap and a plan, and you're going to know what those very specific products for your business are. That's super important. And that deployment schedule, right? We want to look at what events you already have on the calendar, and you want to plug those babies in, right? And there's just so much to do here. Do not leave your calendar blank. Let me help you figure that out. First off, though, what's number one first priority? And having a plan of action there. Now, because there is the gap between what you've learned today and actually what you're going to learn in the online program, I do have a free gift for you. I'm super proud of these top 10 lists because these have all come together from the top questions I get on a day-to-day basis. Top questions. What are the best gifts to mail? Top questions. What's the best B2B gift? What's the best B2C? Most clients, I've got a lot of clients that do not want their brand on anything that's not eco-friendly, right? There's a lot of statistics on people that do business with brands who are mindful of our environment. So eco-friendly products are important. I've also got products based on a budget. So if your budget's $200, there's products that are within that. Your budget's $500. So if you do want this free gift, go ahead in the chat box and tell me Just write top 10 list, and I will go ahead and make sure that I send that out to you. The other free gift is I'm going to give you the video tutorial to walk you through setting up your roadmap, your campaign deployment schedule. So I'm going to give you a video tutorial to walk you through that. So that's super, I'm really excited about that because I want you guys to be super successful here. Okay, so in kind of like a recap, we've covered Unit 1, which is your promo marketing strategy. And this is where you need to get very crystal clear on your ideal client, the income streams, and the efforts that you're going to put in to bring all your business in. So basically, what are your sales goals, how you're going to lead gen, what products you're going to give out, how you want to spend your time. Unit number 2, social media snail mail. 2 super important ways to grow your business in this high-tech world of social media, low-tech world of snail mail, all used to build community and connection, and ultimately a huge return on your investment. Unit number 3, renewal and retention. This is where your business can grow without needing a ton of new leads because business is literally being hand delivered to you. All right. Like it's all about people bringing you business. I want to say be like me because people bring me business. I will tell you that did not happen overnight. I asked my husband, if any of you know my husband, I spent a ton of nights with the 1-year-old at home where I wanted to be home with my family, but I also wanted to grow my business. And the best networking happens after work. So I was there and I showed up and I built those relationships and it took time. I had to keep showing up. You don't show up one time. You need people to remember your name. And I did that. There's a lot of people on here today that I've met, like Karina, Tara, Kaylin, Joey, Steven. Oh my gosh, I can just keep going on. But yes, so I appreciate your guys' support. But yeah, we met networking. You know, for referral boosting strategies, I must have jumped ahead because this is about the referrals. The last one must have been about renewals. Yes, renewals are important. We already talked about referrals. And then the revenue roadmap, I don't have a slide for that, but that is where you figure out your math. That's where we wrap everything up. Now, so the entire program, each unit's broken down altogether. The entire program is 1,088. And again, I want to share a testimonial with you is promotional products aren't always to build your business. Sometimes it's about creating community and loyalty. So Amy here, she purchased promotional products from me several times, and she does that to reward her staff, right? Employee appreciation, because her staff is her number one asset. That is what keeps her business driving forward. They represent her every single day. So last year when she was launching a new program that required an app for her staff to learn, she needed them to come in so she could teach them how to use it. But ahead of time, she worked with me and we got her some cell phone wallets, right? And then we got them like stylus pens because those were just things that were going to make the job easier. Their phone was now a tool. So she branded those. And then we actually just talked today and she's actually going to get these little neck wallets. So her providers can have their credentials, they can carry their phone with them and a pen and whatever else they need. But she's so thoughtful and she's so generous. She's showing up for her staff because they are going to best promote her. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. But in wrap up, obviously I have a special here for you today. But if you're super fired up and you're super excited, oh, people definitely want the top 10 lists. Sweet. So if you're super fired up and jazzed up and you definitely want to look at the opportunity to be part of the online generous business boost program, I want you to drop in the chat GBB. Because again, that's where I'm going to hand select product very specific to your business, your ideal client. You're going to get access to the entire online program. You're going to get in front of your competition. You're going to welcome new clients. You're going to be able to increase your ROI, convert your leads to new clients with a deployment plan and schedule of campaigns. And again, you're not going to pay the $1,088. You're going to pay the $297. So again, if you didn't feel invisible, if you had plenty of leads and you stood out and you remained top of mind with your clients, but you had a strategy to do that, would you move forward with the Generous Business Boost? Now, I do have a reward for you. So because I reward action, the first 5 people that do sign up for the Generous Business Boost, I'm going to give you a 30-minute strategy customization session. That's worth $500. So the first 5 people that will go to how you get there is you go to my website, jamieyoungswag.shop, and then you click on the link Generous Business Boost, or you can just do jamieyoungswag.shop/Generous Business Boost. That's how you're going to get signed up for the program. But if you're ready to start building relationships, if you're ready to start growing your business and cultivating goodwill and generosity, I invite you. I invite you to stop blending in. I invite you to quit chasing your clients, become a client magnet. You guys, thank you so much for joining me today. That was an hour. Oh my goodness, it was only supposed to be 45 minutes. If you can imagine, I'm exhausted, but I'm so glad that I got to share. Here, I'm going to take this out. I'm super excited that I got to share with you what I've been working on since November. I know I've been a little MIA from the networking community. You know, I tried to kind of still be out there, but building this online program was super exciting because it's so hard to be able to be there for clients that want this full-on strategy from me, but they can't afford to work with me one-on-one. And so being able to put this together in an online format allows it to be accessible. That way businesses know how to be generous right now, and they know how to show up in a different way. So, all right, I'm going to hop off. Thank you guys. I so appreciate you joining me today. Mwah. Much love.